And now I'm so delighted to be accompanied over the phone by Mr. Hazem Hassan, the sports analyst. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Of course, it's a great honor and celebration to always speak about our national team and our football. And today, actually, they were received by His Excellency President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, as you see, at Alamein International Airport, of course, with lots of fans, as a recognition for their performance and their dedication to score and to make history in the World FIFA Cup 2026. How do you see, is it that important for the national team to be supported by its government and its presidency?
I totally agree. What happened yesterday by the people, the public reception, and today with the president of Egypt, Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, I say that it was heartwarming from all the sides, and our players deserved this, and they needed this very much. And when we see the harsh combat that they had against the unfairness of the referee in the last match they played in Atlanta against Argentina, of course, they needed really to feel that they achieved to us and to the sport and sportsman spirit. Of course, they deserve this, and I believe that today is a very special day for them after being received by the president and to be decorated for what they did. They were true ambassadors for Egypt and Egyptian sports.
Well, of course, 100%. I totally agree, because it wasn't just a performance, it was a dedication, it was a responsibility of more than 120 million Egyptians. So, speaking about that, of course, the great captain Mohamed Salah, the king, the pharaoh, he was making statements for the fans, saying this is a new era for the football in Egypt and for the team, or for the national team, because even our national team, they were like different ages. So for them also, it's such an experience, and they got the responsibility to the end.
Exactly. That's what we all expected from Mohamed Salah as this great star, this superstar of football, because it's not only in order to be a real star, a big star, it's not only to perform on the pitch, but also to get the mindset of a superstar, and that's really what he has, Mohamed Salah, the mindset of a superstar. And when he said this, he gave a promise to the Egyptian people that we have hope, and he will do everything to make from the Egyptian national team in the upcoming championships, and either the African Cup of Nations or the next World Cup. Egypt will be represented by its national team in a much better way as what happened this year. It's a step forward, and I believe that he is capable to participate with his talent, with his skills, with his mindset, as I said, and he is capable to do it, really to do it.
Well, let's say this tournament is a historic achievement, no matter what was the end of the game. But it's a game, it's a sport. But we've seen the performance since the beginning. Nobody was actually believing the performance of, as we said, different ages in such a great World Cup FIFA. All the eyes of the world are looking and gazing at our national team, the performance, the pharaohs. We've seen even how significant was it on the platforms and social media, imitating our national team and producing some songs for them.
Of course, and their achievement, if we look at it, it was not only for Egyptians. When we look at the Arabs, when we look at the Europeans, when we look even at the Americans, in both Americas, in Australia, they got the respect. After the match that we won against Australia, an Australian said that the national team who managed to beat Australia will get the World Cup, will win the World Cup. So we managed to gain and earn, really, they earned the respect of the whole world. and even the countries that looked really at the Egyptian team as a small team that would be disqualified from the first round, they figured out, they were surprised of the performance, of the professionalism, of the mindset of even of the players. They said that they shined on the pitch. So, of course, in order to achieve, to attain such a level, of course, they had to work very hard on themselves and to get a good coach so that he could show them the way. And that's what Hassan did with his team perfectly, actually.
Well, can we speak a little bit about the teams and the participation that was 48 and then reduced to 30, right?
Yes, yes. Of course, this was a major problem, especially when we lost a lot of players because of injuries, because of colored cards or whatever. So this was an obstacle. The number of players for the substitution was very small, and I believe that they might think about it differently for the upcoming championships. I hope so, because maybe because they made a bigger number of teams that will participate in the World Cup, that they were obliged to minimize the number of players in each team. So I think that they need to revisit this idea and to get back to the 30 players instead of 26.
In your point of view, do you see that there will be lots of strategies that's going to be implemented in the upcoming period, whether for the international associations or the Egyptian Football Association?
I believe so, because there are a lot of difficulties, let's say, maybe, or obstacles for a better performance. I believe that they must revisit some of these measures and for better performance. And this is a major issue. When we look at for example, the African Federation, there are some rumors actually that they will get a bigger number of clubs participating in the yearly championship of the clubs, instead of just two clubs from each country. They will raise it to 3. So I believe that this is one of the measures that will be favorable for to make it better for the performance of the players and the teams, either the clubs or the national teams.
Well, in your point of view, how do you see that we can build on such achievement, or even as we have lots of football schools here in Egypt, and of course lots of prominent names that they turned from players to being coaches. So for them, I think this is a new era. They're just going to be experimenting that. They're going to be implementing such solidarity and such keenness and such responsibility for such a generation.
Of course, our players this year, our national team this time, they showed to the youth, the Egyptian youth, that they are capable. But they need not only the spirit, or not only to train themselves well, but also that there is a lifestyle for each player. We must learn this. We got the example, especially with Mohamed Salah, with our professional players playing abroad in the big leagues. But also, we need also to underline the importance of the technology today.
Yes, 100%, I do agree.
Salim, exactly, Mahmoud Salim, and what he did with the penalties against Australia. He started well, and he got an old penalty that was struck by the French player, the famous French player, and he told our players how to play and how to score the penalties. So this was a sign. We need to give more facilities to Hassan and his team, so that they could get a better performance from each player. The preparation of the players for the championship we must give more time for Hassan with his players to prepare themselves well, physically, mentally, psychologically, and tactically, of course, before any big championship. This is a very important issue because I believe that he was running out of time, and there were still matches in other championships like the Egyptian League or whatever. If we could prepare it or to arrange it differently so that he could get more time with his players in order to perform well as a team, this, I believe, would be very interesting and very fruitful for him.
Well, Mr. Hazem, since we are mentioning the great coach Hassan, which is right now a renowned name for the international football arena, not just that, but also for the whole world, how he's leading his team, how he was actually like playing from his heart, watching them and encouraging them, and building or implementing those ethics when it comes to football. Because for us as Egyptians, this is very important, the football team.
Of course, it's the first popular sport in Egypt. That's evident. And of course, when you speak about Hassan Hassan was a superstar in this championship. When we look at his tactics, because a lot of people criticizing Hassan, they said, "Oh, he's just the spirit," but tactically he is not mature enough. The answer of Hassan on the pitch was that he managed to beat, from my point of view, tactically, Scaloni, who was the holder, the title, the holder of the title of the World Cup. So this shows that he was not only strong from the spirit, from the point of view spirit, but also he was an excellent reader during the match tactically, and he managed to beat Scaloni, especially for 80 minutes or maybe 75 minutes during the match. He had the upper hand, and the Egyptian team had the upper hand. So it was a great answer for all who criticized Hassan that he was not mature enough tactically to be responsible as head coach of the Egyptian national team.
You know what I did admire about what happened after the match is how the solidarity with Egypt and its national team when it comes to the international world, speaking about from even renowned players in different different teams, or when it comes to coaches, when it comes to people even watching just normally as we did, how did they criticize that, how they defended Egypt, or even it was aired on one of the most famous shows in America.
Of course, because the good work must be appreciated. He worked very well, he worked very hard. His players, all of them, even those who didn't participate for even 1 minute in the matches. But the spirit was important, and we felt the players they were playing for with their hearts and their minds. So it was not really, it was impressive from my point of view. Everybody was watching the match, felt the spirit of the team, felt the spirit of the Egyptian spirit. You see, I'm sorry to criticize some of the past coaches for the international Egyptian team, but we saw with Hassan Hassan this time a spirit that was really absent with the foreigner of coaches who managed our teams.
Well, Mr. Hazem, let alone how the exhaustion it was for the national team, traveling from a city to city or a state to a state for a match, and of course the trip itself from Egypt. So I think that was all a great load for them, and they did it to the end. They did nail it when it comes to the performance, as you said, when it comes to their coach, their tactics, the keenness, the spirit on the ground. And you know, everyone was watching from their homeland, whether or from different part of the world, and they wanted to engrave their names actually with gold when it comes to this young generation too.
Very true, because they were very complete from all sides. From all points of view, they amazed the world. They surprised the world. They even surprised the Egyptians. even the most optimistic people were speaking about the performance of the Egyptian team and its results. They amazed us, they surprised us. And this is a great success for them. This is a great success. And they inspired the new generation, the youth of Egypt, that they are capable to do it. They are capable to beat the World Cup holder without any, even at the level of the performance, not only at the level of the results. So they can be head-to-head with the big stars playing in the big leagues and big championships all over the world. It's not because they are local players in the Egyptian league that they are less than these great stars that are very famous and everybody does.
Well, so proud that we have the spirit when it comes to our national team. We are so proud for the performance, no matter what the score was, but they did nail it. They were acting Egyptian pharaohs out there, and they had all the responsibility. Mr. Hazem, Hassan, the sports analyst, thank you so much for being with me. That was so informative.